I messed up, guys. I messed up. I recorded a 20-minute video going through Claude, and I realized that I moved my mic up to fix the height at the very beginning, and I muted it. So there was no sound. So I'm going to do this again. Even the tech person has tech issues, okay? You're not alone. So I'm going to talk about, I had this seat because my people need to get together and learn about AI and how to use Claude. It seems like a lot of the AI tutorials are mainly people that are talking to people that use AI every single day and they like code it and build it. And that's great. Like, that's why I enjoy watching it. But also, my people are busy. They're overwhelmed. They're not learning how to code. They just want to know, how can I use this to save me 5 hours a week? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Claude. It's going to have to be a multi-part thing because there's so much to it. And again, I don't want to overwhelm you. I want you to like take steps to just starting to learn how to use it every day or however often you want, so that it actually is working for you and you're not just using it like to stay busy and not be productive with it. I know, trust me, I know. So first, what I want to say is, if you are using ChatGPT, if you're paying for any other AI service, cancel it and move to Claude. That way you can use what's called Claude Cowork. And that's really the game changer with AI and what people are talking about, because you can tell ChatGPT, create me an outline for my content for the next week. And it can, although I think Claude, even before Cowork came out, was much better at content writing. It can give you that information, but then you have to go back and forth with it and you have to make changes to what they say because it might sound like AI and not something you'd say. And then also you'd have to take that and schedule it, versus now with Claude and Claude Cowork, it will schedule it for you. So you can literally be like, yeah, these look great, schedule them in my scheduler, and then you have content running. So that's just like one example of what it can do for you. I don't say like pay for systems a lot because I think that there are a lot of systems that you can use for free or less expensive, especially when you're a business owner trying to budget every single month. So this is worth it though. This is worth it. But subscribe. Let's talk about the 3 different things quickly. Again, this is gonna have to be multi-part. Everybody knows it as a chat, right? So Claude has the same thing. It's called Claude Chat, and you just talk back and forth with it. So if you are getting in there and getting used to talking to AI, that is a great way to get started, is just talking back and forth with it. If you are using ChatGPT or Gemini or anything like that, you're gonna feel comfy in chat, okay? So I'm actually going to share my screen and I will show you what I'm talking about. So first of all, chats in Claude, they actually call it task. So that's number 1, so you don't get confused on terms. So this is going to look very similar to what you have used in the past because it looks just like ChatGPT, right? It's just a conversation back and forth. What's different is Cowork. So I want to stop and say that this is something that you need to download onto your computer as an application. This is not www.claude.com. This is, you go into Chrome or whatever and say down Claude for Mac or PC or whatever you use, and then it will prompt you on how to do that. But it has to be an application on your computer for any of this to work. And it also has to be the paid program for what I am going to show you, because that's what makes it worth it, honestly. So again, cut another subscription, hop on Claude. So they have this Cowork section, which we're going to talk about mainly. And then code, I don't want you to even look at. Code is something geeks like me would like, but we are not there yet. I want you to hang out and get comfy in Cowork. So very first thing I want you to do is go into settings. And this is just going to be the part 1, is go in here and fill in the information of who you are, how you work, how you want to be talked to by Claude, because this is what it pulls from as it is responding to you. So give it information here that will be relevant for you. Okay. The next thing I want you to do is go into connectors and browse your connectors. And this is literally just finding the systems you use every day and making sure that they are connected to Claude. So for me, Notion is my second brain. So that was the very first one that I did. I use Canva. So I went through and I added that. I've obviously added them, but if you haven't, it will have this little plus, and then it will just have you connect it, like signing in to your account. And so it's very easy. It will walk you through how to do that. So just go through and do that. Like Slack was the same thing, like whatever you use for project management, put on here. But that is what we want to do very, very first thing. So do that. Again, Claude Code, don't even look at it. And another thing I would love for you to do is go into Chrome. If you use Chrome, this is relative to you, which I do, and and download Claude as an extension on your website. If I wanted Claude to work on a website on my browser or scrape information from my website or Instagram or whatever, it can do that because it is an extension on your Chrome. Okay, so those are the steps I want you to take first before you do anything else. Just get that settled and comfy. I will post this video and I want you to thumbs up this. If you have any questions, let me know, but just get settled and comfy with what I showed you today, and then we will move on to the next step because this is very important, what I showed you to do first before you go any further. Okay, thanks for joining.